story changed, by the way. This is where my life changed. One day, I was trying to take a selfie, shirtless, and then I looked at the mirror and I saw what my stomach was saying, and I did not understand it. I did not, I did not understand the language that stomach was speaking because
So,
I could
so
not be the one carrying it.
just
Welcome to First Rep. I'm Dotson.
and I'm Rolly. Hi everyone. Good to have you here. So basically, this podcast is about everything fitness related. This is your one-stop shop for if you're thinking, oh, I want to get into fitness. I don't know where to start, or I've started and I failed. Anything you can think of, fitness, nutrition, and pertaining to that lifestyle and even health. This would be a great place for you to find that information.
Yeah, I found that the most challenging thing in fitness is getting started for most people,
True.
and beginners usually think like there's a big mystery to it and it's very
Mm-hmm.
complicated. So, the goal of this podcast, for me at least, is for us to break this down into several easy pieces for you
Yeah.
to be able to get into fitness fairly easily and see that there's no mystery behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It's an easy thing that you can do and you can make this a lifestyle. Um, so, Rolly, can you tell us how, why you got into fitness?
Sure. So for me, I would say fitness has always been like always been on the back burner, like at almost every point in my life. I always felt like you should. I always felt like I should. So you know how you have the routine of you wake up, brush your teeth, take a bath. I
Mm.
always felt like, there should be something you do towards fitness. So I've always had it at the back of my mind, like, okay, you know, I would settle down in life basically and figure out a routine to follow. But I would say the big why in my adult life was just same as most people. You wake up one day, you look into the mirror, and you're just like, oh, I don't like what I see. I've looked better than this. This was not how I looked before. My clothes don't fit.
Yeah.
My clothes don't fit so great anymore, and I think I have to do something about it really. But I had like no information, zero. I just said, okay, I would start similar place as everyone, right? So went on YouTube, and this was okay. Um, Came to this country in 2019, Canada. So I would say, and I started before then. So let me say 2 years ish before then. So 2017 is as far back as I can remember. Just wanting to look better.
Okay. So, would you say, what would you say your level of fitness is? Would you say you're an expert, intermediate? You're definitely not a beginner, right? So,
I mean,
what's your level? What would you say your level is?
just based on the number of years of experience. I mean, if I was working a job for since 2017 until now, I should supposedly be an expert, but I'm not. I'm not close to even being an expert. But then, not a beginner as well. So somewhere in the
Like
middle,
intermediate, and
intermediate.
there are several reasons, right? Like
Yes.
for that, like if you've been consistent for that amount of years, then maybe you can say you're advanced or
Yeah.
you're an
Yes.
expert. But
Yes.
like,
Sure. Yeah.
like things
So
happen in between where you
true.
stop, you
You
so
pick it up. Yeah.
yeah.
So I would say if I knew exactly what to do, in hindsight, if someone had given me like the specific manual, like you do this, you know how when you want to, let's say, become an engineer, they tell you,
Mm,
you go to school, you study for 5 years, and that's it. You get a job. If someone had given me the exact blueprints to follow,
mm,
I would have been an expert by now. But no, it was just falling down, getting back up. Um, I started with, whatever was in vogue for fitness then was how I was picking it up. At the time, it was, you know, anything green, like lots of vegetables, green smoothies. Like everyone I could see online was just taking something green in their cup. So I would blend spinach with some apples, I guess, different things. Just drink it with some salad. And I wasn't like I was adding that to what I was eating. I wasn't like swapping things out in that sense. I remember trying to eat some ground beef at some time. I actually did that. And cut out the common things like bread. I did not cut out rice. I don't think I got I ever got that desperate, but cut out bread, maybe a few things. There was some Greek yogurt at some point, granola. I remember having some of those back in Nigeria. And then the first thing I like, the first exercise I stumbled upon on YouTube was yoga. So I started yoga for a while. It did not work in the sense of weight loss. I didn't lose any weight from that, and I eventually got tired of it and moved on to um, high intensity interval training. So
Hits.
it is a thing,
Yeah.
and that would be like very short bursts of like very high intensity exercise. Did that for a while, did not work either. But I mean, I did get a bit stronger, but being strong wasn't my goal, right? So it was just, and it was like, it seemed like it was short. There was one that I did for 10 minutes. It seemed short, but it's, that's when you would know that 10 minutes is a
It's
long
a long
time.
time.
Like,
Yeah.
it would, I would almost always pass out, which I felt was like a lot of effort for zero results.
Little
Only to
little
find out that
reward.
a month or two later, I didn't look different. My clothes didn't fit better. I didn't lose weight on the scale. So I just figured that this wasn't working, or maybe I would get maybe very little result. Just holding on to something. So all those didn't work, and I I was trying to move out of the country, move into Canada, try to get settled. So all that period it was zero fitness. It just kept going downhill, downhill, and then eventually I had a kid. It went even more downhill because now I looked worse, and then I was like, okay, even if I get the 2017 or 2018 body back, I would take it.
Be
Like,
grateful.
I would be grateful for
Thank
even
you.
the one that I thought wasn't good enough. So now I was just like looking for anything really. And then I think 2021. So during COVID, not really. Okay, maybe during COVID slash after COVID, during lockdown. Yeah. So we got some dumbbells. I was doing some home routine following it. Yeah. And then they started to open up the gym as well. So I started to go to the gym. Then our building, you could only get there like you were only allowed maybe 2 or 3 times in a week. So each unit would have to book ahead. Yeah. So it was, I would say, that was the most significant change I saw when I started to lift some weights. I would walk to take my kid to daycare, come back. So that worked. I got one protein shake that I would drink then. So that was the only big change. But in nutrition in general, I wasn't changing that. I wasn't. I had not made the correlation between the two, like fitness
Mm.
and you know
Diet.
diet really. So I was maintaining that for a while, and then I moved from Ontario to BC. Then life kept happening. I missed another like 1 year just doing nothing. And when we came to BC, the gyms were closed, so I couldn't really continue from where I was, and I didn't get like new set of dumbbells or anything. I just told myself like I'm waiting for the gym to open. So almost 1 year, just nothing. And eventually I was able to stabilize like in the new um, province, and started going to the gym, tried to build consistency first, you know and I was able to build that between like 3 to 6 months, and then um, mainly weightlifting, a little bit of cardio, just consistently. And somewhere in between I also found out that, like, because I would take like I watch videos on Instagram, on YouTube, and I figured out that they were also like saying protein is important. So I started to like increase my protein intake, and you know so ever since that time, though, this is 2020, 2022, I've basically been consistent in terms of fitness, weightlifting, um, mainly weightlifting, cardio to some extent. But yeah, I've been consistent with that. And what has changed between then and now is like basically my diet. Like I've improved it over time.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So basically, you gave us like a span of 7 to 8 years there where you were working out, you tried this, you
Mm-hmm.
tried that,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually you were able to, hone in on something that actually works. So
Yeah.
we are hoping that we would share, some of that with you, some
Mm-hmm.
of the things that made her fail or that made her succeed,
Yeah.
and also she said something about not knowing where to start because there's no blueprint. So we're hoping that this show can be like a blueprint for everyone. You know where to start,
Yeah.
and it gives you all the essentials you need to get started.
Yeah.
um Me
So
personally, i would say I would say I'm a beginner, is what I'll use. Or maybe, which one is higher, beginner or novice?
no, no, I wouldn't say that one is a beginner. I think um, people just people are always like they always feel like they're beginners
Yeah,
up
but
until when maybe you reach where you feel like it's a goal, and
mm,
then you are at like you are now at the point where you feel like okay, I'm no more a beginner. But I wouldn't call you a beginner in that sense. I would say you know higher than a beginner.
I guess so. But I guess, if you are considering time that I've been put in, I would still consider myself as a beginner level, like 1 to 2 years. And I think maybe like from 3 years, you're like an intermediate, and then maybe 6 years, you're advanced and stuff like that. But myself, I started going to the gym in 2019. That was my first attempt. I've had multiple attempts. I've tried severally and I've failed severally. And so I would say what I think got me to be consistent is that I eventually I had a goal. So my story, like most people, I started in 2019. It was just vanity. Like, there was no reason. I just wanted to look a certain way. I wasn't overweight. I was contented with the way I look. Like, if I remained that way, I
It was
wouldn't
fine.
I wouldn't be unhappy. But I just thought, I could look better. So started going to the gym, and I was consistent, and I also saw results. Like in the first 12 weeks, I saw results, which I think is what everybody should know. Like,
Yeah.
as a newbie, as a beginner, if you go into the gym, you don't know what you're doing, just go in, lift weights. You don't even need
And
to
be
watch your
consistent.
diet and be consistent. Just do something.
Yeah.
You would see results
Yeah.
as a beginner in the
Yeah.
gym. So I did that, and then what derailed me was just one day. Sounds dramatic, but sincerely, I did not go for one leg day, and my whole fitness journey ended in 2019. And I think it's just because, you know, going to the gym is, a lot of people enjoy it, but at the same time,
It's hard work.
it's hard work. Lifting those weights is hard work. So I didn't go to the gym one day after I've been going for a long time, and it just felt so good. And the next day too, I just did not go, and it just even felt better. And then I didn't go, and it just kept feeling good. And so, because I was contented with my body, I guess there was no extra motivation to go. So it just died. And then 2020, COVID, we all know that year. I can't even remember it. Let's just write it
The
off.
worst. The absolute worst.
Let's just write it. I don't think I did. I don't think I tried.
But I think some people got into fitness in during COVID. Like it seemed like those that were in fitness fell off, and those that had no idea, like were bored enough to try it out, and then you had nowhere else to go, so you be consistent, and next thing you know, you start seeing results. So
I was one of those part-time TikTokers. I tried a couple TikToks.
banana bread.
Couple. I actually did a lot of I had good recipe for banana bread. That's
Yeah.
how I found out that banana bread is the most forgiving recipe. You can mix it anyhow and it still comes out good.
Yeah. Yes.
Very
I did
forgiving. You,
mine
you,
too,
you
and
should try.
cornbread.
Never
I did.
tried cornbread.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, banana bread. I did a bunch of those. 2020, right off no. Then 2021, I same thing again. I was just like, you know what, maybe I can try again. Vanity still. I probably saw someone that looked a certain kind of way,
Buff,
and I'm like,
ripped.
yeah, like maybe I can also look ripped. Why not? So paid for a gym membership, started going to the gym. This time I wasn't seeing any
Results
results like as rapid as I saw the
when
first
you were
time.
new. Yeah.
So
And that's a thing, by the way.
yeah, and so I wasn't like, the motivation wasn't as much, but I still did not give up. But then there was another COVID outbreak where I worked, and so they had to send everybody home. So I couldn't go into the gym again. I couldn't go to the office. We're all working remotely, and so now we're in 2022. Then I got a new job, I think around February, in Kingston, and then I moved to Kingston February, April. In April, I was in Kingston. So my gym in my old place of work in Chatham was Planet Fitness. So they had a branch in Kingston that I could go,
Go.
but I just did not go because
It's easier not to go.
I'm telling you, it was just very easy not to go. But then I didn't cancel my membership, and then they just kept on taking my money every month. To cancel your membership, then you have to go into the gym. So it was like they just they just wanted to bring me into the gym
Like
when I don't want
I,
to come into
I
the
don't
gym.
I don't understand the set of people that keep paying for their gym membership, knowing fully well they will not go to the gym. Like
Is hope.
in all my years of even trying to figure it out, I never paid for any membership that I knew that I wouldn't be able to follow through. I'm just like, okay, I'm already not in my perfect shape. I don't have to lose money too. Like,
Is hope. Is hope. Plus also I don't like, again, I was contented with my body. But is
true,
that hope
true.
of saying, maybe I would go today,
Yeah.
maybe I would try
I
it
would start
today,
next
yeah,
month.
whatever it
New
is.
year, new you.
New- new- Plenty new year, new me. But yeah, I I didn't go. Then I think around October or so, or around September, they were taking the money again. One day I was like, you know what?
This is it.
This is it. I either use this membership or I stop paying. So I was like, I was going to go into the gym to cancel my membership. And somehow maybe they convinced me, I convinced myself to say, I'm going to try it out first. And then if I can stay consistent, I'll keep the membership. If I can't, then I'll
You
cancel the
cancel it.
membership. So I went in, I tried to gain consistency, did maybe 2, 3 months, and then winter started. I remember clearly because winter in Eastern Ontario is not.
It's not a joke.
It's not the best. Or snowing, and then
Yeah.
my drive to the gym was like 15 minutes. Short for most people, but if you know me, you know that 15 minutes commute in the snow for
It's
me
not funny.
it's
It's
long.
not funny for anyone really.
It's long. So I have to come out. I have to cack up. You wear your layers, you wear your
You have
gloves,
to
and then
shovel
I have to
snow,
shovel snow. You have
and
to
then you
wipe
have,
and then
yeah,
I go to the
yeah.
gym, and then I uncack, and
Only
then
to actually before you get to the workout, you're tired.
I'm telling you. So it was just inconvenient. So I just stopped again. Then at the end of 2022, I think I figured that,
The gym.
was the end of, no, this was 2023. I figured that I actually don't mind I don't mind doing the workouts. My problem was going to the gym.
Gym. Okay.
So we
Okay.
bought some.
That's a good discovery.
Yeah,
That's a very good
it's a
discovery.
very
Key.
is yeah, because sometimes you need to know. Because I just figured like the workout I didn't mind it. It was just getting into
Get
the
in there.
car, driving, you know, finding a locker in the gym. It was just
I think it's a good thing to figure out because throughout my journey, I never figured out. I never tried to ask myself what the problem was in that sense. I just kept on like trying and failing, and then trying something else and failing. But you getting to the point where you're able to say, okay, I'm able to separate the fact that I have the regular laziness to go to the gym from like same as everyone, but then when I get there, I don't mind doing this. Like I think it's good.
yeah. So got some dumbbells, and then we set up a space in our house to do the workout. Anyways, I think I tried to be consistent, but after a while we stopped. And then one day, this is where my story changed, by the way. This is where my life changed. One day, I was trying to take a selfie, shirtless, And then I looked at the mirror and I saw what my stomach was saying, and I did not understand it. I did not, I did not understand the language that stomach was speaking because I could not
So
be the one carrying it.
just
That
some
stomach,
backstory.
that
I'm
stomach
laughing so
belongs to
much
me and
because
somebody else.
the two is being so dramatic about this stomach. It
It's not.
wasn't that bad.
It
Like
was bad.
I think he was just seeing it as like this is the worst thing, but it wasn't that bad. Like when he refers to it, you picture someone with like the biggest, like huge. It was not that bad.
From where I was coming from, it was bad because the side by side pictures you could see, and then also the men in my family, they have a direction that they follow, and it seems like I was heading on that path, so I had to bring myself back in. So when I saw that, that was really what
Game
changed.
changer.
Yeah, that was really what changed it for me. So now I was no longer contented with the body I had because previously I've been contented, so it was okay for me to stop. But now I was in a place where I did not like my body. It was
Right.
just this is not for me, right? So, and I think that's really what changed for me. And then I started working out until around March 2024. So I was consistent until March when I started to face some stress in my life. Like, so I stopped working out. But even as at then, I was already kind of, although I was not contented with my body, I wasn't seeing progress. Like I had not changed my diet. I wasn't, my stomach was not reducing. I wasn't gaining any. Why are you laughing? There was
This
stomach.
stomach was
There,
so drama. This
there was stomach. Please let me
agree
see.
to disagree,
Okay,
guys.
okay, okay. Anyways, my stomach was not reducing. I wasn't seeing any signal, so I was actually almost losing interest.
Giving up.
Anyways, yeah. So in June, got a new job. I moved to BC, and then I met with Rolly. I'd met them earlier in Ontario.
Yes.
The first
Was
time I met you, I helped you pack. They
yeah.
used me for physical labor.
Well, we're moving
Work
from.
without pay.
Oh no, we were actually moving within Ontario.
Yeah,
Like
we're moving within
I
Ontario.
actually thought
Yeah,
we were moving out, but we're moving like we're just
into
moving
your
houses. Yeah, yeah.
downtown condo.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. It was. Yeah, it was a time.
yeah. So we had not been in
I was
touch all the.
pregnant. I think I was. I remember now. I was
Yeah,
pregnant.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
were pregnant with.
yeah.
So we had not been in touch all this while, but I knew them. Like, oh yeah. And so when I got to BC and I found out they were here, we just reconnected.
Yeah.
And then when we reconnected, after we met like our second, third time, I'm pretty sure it's Rolly started talking about
Pretty
fitness,
sure it's me.
diets, and stuff like that. And then I just absorbed everything like a sponge, and then
Yes,
I
yes,
went extra.
yes. He does absorb things, fitness related. Like I quickly noticed that like if you say, oh, this is what you should eat, or this is like how you should change your routine, he was just like it would seem as though it's small and insignificant, but he would like pick it up and stick to it. And if something like if it didn't work or if there was anything, he would like quickly ask like, oh, this is what I noticed, this is like what would you suggest. And it wasn't just like I've talked to over the course of years, you would, based on the knowledge that I had gained, you would see people that would ask you about like for some advice or something, and then they would just take it. But it's not a big deal, right? It would just be conversation, and they'll probably not put it into practice. But not Dotson. He
No,
will.
yeah,
He will. In
I take.
fact, he would in fact put it into practice.
I'm telling you that stomach was after my life.
It
You think
wasn't
you
that
think I'm
bad.
joking? Anything for it not to come back. But yeah, I started to see results,
Yeah.
and then it just kept me motivated. So I would say for me, the the key to getting consistent for me was one, have a goal. Once you have a goal and you have, doesn't matter how trivial the goal is, once you
Yeah.
have a goal for your reason to going into the gym or working out or getting into fitness, it
Yeah.
helps you, it anchors you because now you have a reference. Secondly is that you have to make it a lifestyle. It has to be convenient because having to drive to the gym in the winter, and like we said, it's not easy work. So if there's
It's
like
not.
an inconvenience, you tend
You
to
will
want to drop it
probably
off.
feel. Yeah.
And I think the third one is seeing results. That gives you a lot of motivation when you do work and you see results.
It
I think,
pushes you.
yeah, it keeps you motivated,
Yeah.
and you keep going.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would say like the big points that I learned, during my journey is first thing, like if you're starting, this is a fantastic place to start at. Like always, first think about nutrition, think food, think diet. Like what was missing in both our journeys, I would like say is we immediately thought fitness or like losing weight, like we're thinking exercise, definitely not diet. But we were getting it like it was wrong side up,
Yeah,
how
upside down.
upside down really. So we needed to start with diet. You should always start like learn about diet, learn about the things you eat, and this is not just start a new diet like go vegan or start keto or something like all the fancy diets that you see out there. No, it's you need to sit down with what you eat at that point, like at the point you discover that, oh, I do not look like I want to look, or I am not in like in the shape I want to be. First thing is, what do I eat right now?
Mm.
You know, what do these foods consist of? Like how much food do I eat, and what kind of food am I eating? So, it starts to like get clearer. So start your research. If you're going into some research before even starting the journey, it's like your research should be around food. What is the right food to eat? What's the right food to not eat? Like what is the right quantity to eat? Because that's another like big problem, right? We struggle with quantities. You're eating to either like the volume, you might be eating the right food, but the volume is like high, something like that. So I would say nutrition is key. We would definitely talk more about this like in depth, because it's really is the biggest one. And secondly, well, another big one is that you should just start, right? You
Mm.
should always just start. You would never you would probably not get like the perfect place to start when you like you're a beginner, you don't
Yeah.
know what to do, you just wouldn't know like this is what you should do. But start something. Don't wait until like you get the perfect gym membership, or you
Mm.
get the perfect gym outfit,
Yeah.
or like if you keep waiting for something to be perfect, you will just never start. So
Yeah.
from wherever you are from, start with what you have. You want to do some weightlifting, you do not have weights, use your body weight. You want to do some cardio, and you don't have a treadmill, or you still don't have a gym membership, walk around,
Yeah.
outside your living room pace, jog on the spot, anything, just
Yeah. Basically,
get it moving. Like,
don't let perfection ruin progress, right?
yes,
Don't let
yes,
perfection get in the way of
yeah,
progress.
yes,
Yeah. So essentially, just start. Like I said, like those first 12 weeks, even if you don't know what you are doing,
you will see
you will see
results.
results.
Yes, true.
So
That is
just
true.
you know,
Like whatever you do and you do consistently, you will see result.
yeah.
If you eat the wrong way consistently, like it would show on your body. Same way, if you start to eat better, it would immediately show like, oh, now I'm doing better. It would show. You just need to keep going and give it time, and you'll get there.
So it's fair to say that you know, going forward on this show, you expect that we'll talk about diets, how to eat, what to eat,
Yeah. How
um,
to exercise,
how to
right
exercise.
exercises to
Yeah,
do. Yeah. How to approach research in terms of exercise, diet, health, like how these things correlate, and
just fitness as a lifestyle.
yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's basically what we'll be bringing to you, and we hope you stick around for this one, the next one, and all the episodes we bring your way, and we hope you enjoy it.
yeah,
If you have any specific
yeah,
questions, if you are
please,
curious about anything, if you are
yeah,
still unsure about where to start,
yeah.
send us a message, drop it in
Just
the
put it
comment
in the comment
section.
section. We would
We'll,
get to it. If
yeah.
there's topics you want to hear more about, or if there's just anything like you've been very curious about, you want us to talk about, just drop it in the comment section. We will talk about it. We will get to it.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you
Thank
on
you.
the
See you
next
on the
one.
next episode.
Bye.
Bye.